Any Sniper Elite puns?
Nope.
Well, let's review then.
Okay.
The laziest intro we have ever done. This is the review for the board game Sniper Elite, the good and bad about it.
By the end of this video, you will know if this game is for you.
We have 6 burning questions that we will answer about this game, but before we do that, Giannis, what is this game all about?
It's about elite snipers.
Elite snipers?
Well, I'm assuming.
Not just regular ones?
Sniper Elite. I'm assuming they send the best one they have to
You play the sniper, so no.
No, best one they have. Doesn't mean it's good. In this game, there are 2 teams. One team is just the sniper, so one person plays him, and the other team are the Germans, which 2 to 3 players could play those. And each team has their own goal.
The sniper's goal is to reach 2 of his objectives, secret objectives. At the start of the game, he will get 2 cards with numbers, and these numbers are on the map as well. He just needs to get to that spot and fulfill his objective, which is basically say, hey, here I am, I just fulfilled my objective. If he does that 2 times, so 2 objectives, he wins the game. But it won't be that easy because Germans want to stop him, and the Germans' task is to either bide time.
If enough time passes and the sniper didn't fulfill his objective, the Germans win.
The other way is if the Germans shoot the sniper or hit the sniper 2 times, they also win the game. A sniper is...
Game is divided into rounds, and each round the sniper will go, and then the Germans will go. And then the sniper will go, and then the Germans will go. And then the sniper will go.
Oh, and then the Germans will go.
Exactly, you got it. Pretty much so that's how each round happens.
On Sniper's turn, he can move around. He can move from 0 to 3 spaces. He can shoot, which means he pulls out tokens from the bag and see if he hits or not. Another thing he can do is fulfill an objective, reveals his position, shows the card and says that, hey, I just finished the objective. And why I said reveal himself? Because he's not on the board. His miniature is on the side of the board, and he does all his movements secretly on this map from 0 to 3 spaces each time, and then tries to get to those spaces. And very, very importantly, he cannot move through the German figures, which means Giannis, you as German player, want to move these pieces around very strategically, right?
So when it's the German team's turn, each squad gets 2 actions. With one of those actions, you can move either one of your units or the officer. If you think you're in a space with the sniper, or no, you're in a space sniper, you can shoot him. Then you can use an action to spot. If you think that sniper might be in an adjacent spot, you go, I'll spot here, and if he is, he's revealed. Then you can sweep. With one of your units, you can show 2 adjacent spaces, and then the sniper will tell you, I am in one of those spaces, or
nah.
And one of the most important things you can do with one of your squads is use both actions to gather intel and just tell, are you in this black area of the board? And then he has to say yes or no.
So it's full of action, full of silence, full of planning, and we're going to talk more about this game in this video, so we should jump to the first question.
Who would you buy this for?
Who would you buy this for? 1, 2, 3. Jason Statham and +1.
What?
He had a movie called Crank,
Yeah.
which was all about adrenaline shots.
Okay.
And this game, from time to time, gives you such a adrenaline shot. Just is like, oh, please don't find me. Or please, where are you? I know you are in these 3 spaces. Where are you? And +1, because I think this is clearly a 2-player game. I wouldn't play it ever with more than 2. It's really nice if these 2 players could play it regularly, because it gets better and better the more you play with the same 2 people.
Someone who has always wanted to try hidden movement games. This is a great intro into hidden movement. It's fairly quick. The rules are not that complex. They're little nifty little things that you need to remember from time to time.
Yeah, one thing we didn't mention, you get cards. Both Germans and also sniper player will get cards that have special abilities and do stuff. Those are not too complicated as well. So, I agree.
What are the best things about this game? That's one. My third best thing about this game is going to be the length and the rules. So like we mentioned before, it is fairly quick. Well, what, 30 minutes? It can take less than that if Sniper is not careful. And the rules are quite simple. It's one of those games where I will probably remember how to play it even after a year if I haven't played it. These little play rates pretty much so narrow it down. Always an easy game to pull out of the shelf and play.
I have Simplicity, which is basically the same thing. Just the movements and remembering what I can do is quite simple after a few turns. I think if a person who wouldn't know what's going on and would just watch, he would get it immediately. Dilemmas. You will have tough choices. which direction to move. All the Germans are on that side, so here's an alleyway, but you're probably gonna go there or surge there because you see that there's an alleyway. Or that's the long way around and I don't have time. And all the time you're put in these pressure situations where you need to make these decisions, and every single time it feels like it's like an important decision. What I really like about it, it's quite like calculative game, like brain crunchy game. You just add a lot of clues together and try to figure it out.
My number 2 is going to be the package. The box is not fairly big and the price is accessible, but I think you do get a lot. So there's 2 sides of the board, 2 essentially different scenarios you can play. Like we mentioned, the cards, like the German has his special ability cards, multiple to choose from. Sniper has his loadout cards, which could be like shotguns and rocks. No, it's not an ordinary rock, it's a rock, it's an elite rock, okay? Yeah. Come on, he's a professional.
Yeah.
They give him the special rock. Even if you play like the same thing 3 times in a row, you're gonna get different objectives. The sniper is gonna move differently. The Germans might act differently. It's not gonna feel the same for a very long time.
In other words, it's an elite package. Well, you get your money's worth is what you're saying, right?
Definitely, yeah.
And the number 1 thing about this game, for me, is moments of truth. I said there's many dilemmas. A lot of them come to very specific situations where you almost know where the sniper is. Or you're waiting for the German to move in. And it's so important where the German's gonna search. It's very important where you're gonna move. A lot of times you can't do anything. I'm just waiting where you're gonna be. And it's those moments of truth that give you that adrenaline rush. Please don't search there.
Well, mine's kind of in line with yours. This is the best stealth board game that I've played. And I feel like this really represents the stealth.
You have more control over being stealthy.
Yeah, and I did lose one game because of that, but I like spent 3 turns in a row just standing in place and just Germans walking past me, and I'm like, it just felt like you would be there.
Absolutely.
Like, come on, go away. And then you just run for it. This is the best stealth game I've ever played.
So I am so close to an objective and I can get there, but suddenly on your turn, you go in between and just stop me.
Thou shall not pass!
You could have done that without yelling.
Well, Gandalf couldn't have done it without yelling.
That's true.
And I think Patreons like this better. Why this game might not be for you?
Number 1, mistakes are quite costly here. Just few mistakes, don't notice something.
Mistakes kill.
This game can end really, really quickly. Or even worse, you know it's already ended, but you still have to finish it out. It might happen that you moved to the wrong place or took too much time or did something that just get you in the corner and it's all bad. And that's kind of alright for a quick game, yet it doesn't feel that good.
Yeah, and mine actually is that mistakes kill the game, because you might be playing and then you're like, that guy actually heard me. I didn't say. Well, that kind of messes up the game. You kind of cheated, but not on purpose, and then the game's pretty much over, and you can't come back from that. It's down below here, it's not a big deal, but it's not as good as a multiplayer game.
No.
Because the German turns will take quite a bit to do even when you're playing with 2 players. You have 3 to 6 actions. Do I do this first? Do I do that? Do I do that? But it's just you figuring it out. But if there's 2 or 3 people on the other end, they'll be discussing, they'll be talking, they'll be taking back their actions. You essentially die out of boredom, and they find you somewhere there on the map later on.
In general, Germans will have a lot more to do in this game. Another thing, it's daunting. It's not that important. I'll put it at the bottom. For example, if you're the German, right? You have all of these actions and you don't know where the sniper is. He could be wherever. And then you sweep and find, okay, you're not in the black ones. Or are you in the red ones? No. Okay, so you're in the yellow ones. No. What? Wait, what? Oh, there are white territories as well. So you're in the white territories. Okay, now I know what to do. Oh, I don't have any actions anymore. Yeah. And the next time comes and you don't know where he is. Should I sweep again? It's also fun. It's challenging. Do you like that pressure when you can't figure out what to do?
I think it rates up here. It's gonna be random gun. Do you know what the random gun is in this game?
Cards? Oh, this?
Yeah, this game is pretty much so not random at all. But there is one thing which is random, and that's when Sniper shoots his gun.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like he's very elite when he randomly shoots.
You say, I'm shooting. You don't say who and what. If you're 3 spaces away, the range is 3. So you have to draw 3 successes from this bag. But here's the thing. If you draw 5 total bad tokens from the bag, you miss the shot. It's not game ruining for me, but it can be frustrating. How long is the honeymoon?
3, 2, 1, go. 2 and forever. I just want to emphasize that you need 2 players that can play this regularly. Because if I would be in a situation where I really like this game, but I don't have one specific person to play it with again and again and again, I just need to teach it to new people, I think I could kind of get bored of it. You love it, your wife really, really loves it.
Okay.
And you can go on forever and more.
There are 2 games in this package. Sniper and the German gameplay feel distinctly different. Both of them are amazing. I like playing both. I would play either, doesn't matter, just as long as I get to play this game. So what is the best alternative?
Mind management.
Spectre Ops.
So it's very similar, yet there's tons more in that game. In a good way as well, but also it's much more difficult. It's much more harder to explain. There's special powers for everybody. Everybody moves differently. Much harder to see things and do things. Just more.
Yeah, just more. Yeah. Essentially, that game comes with like 12 mini expansions, 6 per side. Well, mine's Spectre Ops. Spectre Ops is this futuristic game where one player is breaking into a corporation and trying to go to certain spaces, and the other players are playing these hunters who are trying to get him, and then there's guns. So quite similar to this. This just feels cleaner to me than that one. What is the final rating?
3, 2, 1. Good.
I am fantastic. I'm struggling. I think I like it a lot. Well, I don't
You think?
I know.
Do you like it or not?
And that's the best thing, that I could play it anytime. I could teach it quite simply. This is the best stealth game I've ever played.
So I think it's solid all over. It's really simple. This is a specific one with a theme as well, and I really, really would love to get it to the table and play. No worries with that. Really, really nice design. The cleanest hidden movement game I've seen so far, for sure. And a lot of good qualities. I'm just not very, very, very excited about it. I don't know why I feel like I have to explain myself. Why is it good?
No, you
good is a good rating.
No. It almost feels like you're not giving it a good rating, which you are, right?
Yeah, this is a good game. I love to get it to the table. We're gonna play it from time to time, right?
No. Do feel guilty that you gave this fantastic game only a good rating.
No, it's good. It's good.
So I'll take it home with me then.
Sure thing.
It's gonna live in my house. Anyway, hope you now know if this game is for you.
Yeah.
And let us know what you think. Have you tried it? What are your favorite hidden movement games?
Yeah.
Or what is the best stealth board game you've ever played?
2 questions. And also, Patreon it, YouTube it, subscribe it, like it, and all the other things.